matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's crashing. Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Squeeze. Pick me up. Here we go.
Prescott. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. The escapability in evidence there. Is that one good for 15 and a first?
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
First down, Prescott. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Hey, kill. 47.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Colts send out their punter. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Sua Craven's up to make the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You draw quarters.
On play action, Allen. His throw incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And there'll be a break in the action here because Prescott is going to use a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Mike, here we go. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. We're going to 54. One here. Hey, kill. 47.
Prescott to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
40. Kill. Hey, say 26.
Mixon will try the right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Marr able to put this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, they'll roll him out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Watch 17. Watch 17. I got you. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. Kill. Regular.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Check the backer.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Check 52's the mark. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Bang, 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 bang.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate.
Alert, alert, alert. Check 25, check 25.
On second down, Kamara. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Back at the 2 now, here's second and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on third and goal. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Hopkins' kick is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Lockett. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Round 80. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run it again with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 56, 56.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. He finds his target. It's Evans. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
47. Check your hot read. Hot 64. Wait. Everybody kill. 26.
Play action now. Prescott into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's get this all day.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
Check safety, check. Kill. Check three, check.
Here's a run with Mixon, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Anderson is the lone man in the backfield here as they get set for a second and goal.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Patrick Owasor able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. They'll come out in the pistol. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Maher is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give them 32 on the play. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 2nd and 12, Allen, this complete to Lockett. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Allen to throw it. Rolling to his right, and he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Round 80. 52 the mic.
Running with Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Hey, Mike. 319. Sweetheart. 52. 80 weapons.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Hopkins' kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Watch the pass.
Prescott. Got his man. It's Eifert. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Prescott. He completes it to Evans. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards the pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go. 46. 26.
Now Prescott. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
I
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Indianapolis, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.